type in Alexander Lorenzo and go to the live stream video on YouTube. We're going to be putting out a presentation. It's going to be detailed. I think it's about 19 slides. I do want to give you guys a strategy on how to navigate these very volatile times. Obviously, Bitcoin's price is dumping, but it's not just Bitcoin. I don't want to spread fear. I do want to get people involved. This is why I use the title selection. But really, this video is going to be about, of course, warning people of the potential outlook of cryptocurrency and risk on environments. But towards the end of the video, I wouldn't even say the end, but the majority of this video is going to be a complete presentation on how you can navigate this and come out winning on top. Again, losses are only they're short term. If you continue to go, right? If you continue to go, and he says my hair's messed up, I'll fix it. If you continue to invest in your education, if you continue to try, if you put in more energy, you will win at the end. You will win at the end, and I'm here to say I am a physical representation of this. I've experienced cryptocurrency volatility for a long time, for 5 years. I've gone, I made 6 figures, 7 figures, went broke, made it back. Again, like I said, you lose when you quit. So I want to break down, again, a really detailed strategy. I'm going to give you guys a guide. You're going to learn a lot in this, so just take a second, get some notes. If you are on a different streaming platform, if you're on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, go to YouTube, type in Alexander Lorenzo. You should already be subscribed, and jump on the live stream on YouTube, because there's going to be a full presentation, and you probably can't see the presentation on these other platforms, but you could listen. So if you don't have a YouTube app or whatever, you don't feel like going on YouTube, that's fine as well. You'll be able to listen to what we're saying here and get the benefits. But again, as you can see, my energy is high, because I know that when the market dumps, when there's it's an opportunity to me, right? If anything, you want to get scared when the market's at all-time high and everybody's happy, and then you want to flip it when everybody's sad, mad, scared. You want to increase the amount of output that you're putting in, your daily research or whatever the case is. You want to put in more energy, because this is what makes you resilient. This is what helps you survive these bear markets, or if there is a bear market. And this is ultimately what gets you the W at the end of the day, right? You could lose the battle, but win the war. So yeah, we're going to be jumping into all types of strategy specifics, very specific. I have a whole presentation, 19 slides, and it might get a little emotional, just a little bit. It might get a little savage in here, but you guys know what I do. I bring the energy. Let me read some comments for about a couple minutes, wait for some more people to join the live stream, and then we're going to dive deep. All right, so what we got here? Thank you, Johnny and Dennis. No problem. Those guys work for me. Welcome. Oh, what's up, Okie Pokey? He's in here. ETH will pump high. Yes, I do believe ETH will probably pump high. Short-term losses. Yes, I agree. Short-term, it's probably just going to be a short-term thing. Diamond hands. I don't know if that's the best strategy at the end of a market. I don't know if diamond handsing is the best strategy at the end of a market. Diamond hands works at the beginning of the market. I don't know about the end, and I'm just going to be clear as a cryptocurrency expert and a person that's been investing for 6 years. I do not diamond hands at the end of a market for sure. Just move over to YouTube. Yes, everybody come to YouTube. Everyone come to YouTube. Waiting for the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to talk about potential bottoms where I might be buying in, give you guys some buy points, but I'm sure a lot of you that have been watching my YouTube videos know the deal. You know what I've been waiting for. But I will update new members. So guys, do me a favor. If you could just take a quick second and like this video, just like this video. When you like it, YouTube recommends it to other people. I want to get some more people in here. How many people we have in here, Eddie? I want to get at least like 300 to 500 before we get actually started. Where we at, Eddie?
We're looking at 188 right now.
All right, well, 188. So I'm pretty sure if we get about 100 to 120 likes right now, if everybody could just like this video right now, it will send out more notifications to others. But yeah, we're going to talk about DCAing. We're going to talk about everything going on. And I do want to break down the psychology. So I did make a video last time. Eddie, if you can pull up the screen share real quick. It was called How to 100x Flipping Crypto Coins and My Full Story. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I went pretty deep. It was almost an hour long. It was 58 minutes and 22 seconds. You can bring up the front angle. And basically the point is I gave you the complete background story and how I pulled it off. I showed you guys my hero's journey and how I was brought down to my knees and basically almost failed miserably and kind of destroyed my whole life. But the resilience and me pushing through got me to the end result of where I'm at today, which is, of course, a multi-millionaire and having having employees and being able to live life on my own terms. So again, I highly recommend that every single person in this live stream, eventually at the end of the live stream or whenever you have time, watch the last video I made. And it's called How to 100x Flipping Crypto Coins Full Story. So if you notice, I put in parentheses, full story. So this is going to be kind of the part 2 where I give you the actual strategy in layman's terms, meaning like the specific variables that I have isolated, training thousands of people in crypto that I've realized these are kind of timeless principles that get people success. And again, this is not just a live stream of me screaming on the internet. This is going to be specifics. I have a full presentation, and we're going to be diving into that. And I'm also, of course, going to give you guys an update on my thoughts on the specifics of the markets. I want to talk, of course, we're going to talk about the markets because there was a big dump yesterday and today. So, of course, talk about that and the reasons, I think. But I think the reasons are obvious, and I think a lot of people know the reasons already. But I'll briefly go over that. But really quickly, how many people, Eddie, are in the live stream?
We are sitting at 209.
209. So we're making our way up. I'll get started at 300. If everybody could take a second. How many likes we got?
109 likes.
109 likes. Let's get it to like 120, 150 guys. And I'm pretty sure we'll get more people in here. If you are on a different live streaming platform, if you're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or any of the other platforms, I need you guys to come on over to YouTube. Type in Alexander Lorenzo in the YouTube search algorithm. If you just type in my name, my channel will come up, and then you can find the actual live stream. All right. So we have about 200 people now. I'm trying to get more people in here, guys. Let's like this video. Also, if you could share the video. So there's a little share button at the bottom of the video, and share it maybe to your favorite social media, or share it to a couple friends that you know are involved in crypto. Because like I said, this video is going to be extremely deep. I'm going to dive extremely deep, guys. And I want, again, my goal here is to help people with financial independence. So I want to give you specifics. I want to lay out the strategy, but let me answer some questions a little bit more. All right, where we at? What's cooking? The market's cooking, and I'm not trying to promote. I don't even know. This is like one of those random chicken wing companies that give you the cup after you eat chicken wing. I have a couple questions. What's up, Crypto CSI? How you doing? Someone said, stop doing stupid questions. You guys look like 10 IQ people. Come on, man. No such thing as a stupid question. Everybody's at different levels. We got 150 likes. All right. So how many people conclude? It's kind of can't really see. There you go. All right. We'll get started. All right. So I want to go into some of the market conditions. All right. So what's going on now? Eddie, pull up the screen share. So if we come over here, this is something I consistently see, and you can go follow this guy on Twitter, and you could tell him that I sent you, I guess. But his name is Zach XBT, and basically all he does is he exposes cryptocurrency influencers all of the internet. And the reason I'm pointing this out is because there's specific reasons why I have never accepted a sponsorship on this channel. I think I did one time, and it was for Ian Bellina's token metrics. It wasn't a coin, though. It wasn't a coin, is the point I'm trying to say. Is, these people that accept, these allocations, these early allocations to promote crypto coins, they're literally putting themselves and you guys in a horrible situation, because they have no choice but to promote it. And obviously people, even though we say this is not financial advice, they make investment decisions. So bringing up the screen share again, this guy here, I don't know him, but I do know that there is massive evidence against him, and all he does is basically promote meme coins with small market caps, and he gets them to pump, and then he cashes out on you. And this is a constant thing. You can go over to this guy's Twitter, okay? Go over to his Twitter. He has 150K followers for a reason. When I first started following him, he was at like 10K followers. But people are following him because he is pointing out what I've been telling you guys since the beginning, which is, hey, these influencers do not care about your well-being. They care about making money, and all they want to do is get social currency so that they can keep pumping and dumping. And I know for a fact the government is going to come for these people. Now, the reason I'm saying this is it's weird because I'm an influencer. So Alex, haven't you done that before? Well, I have given out my public address on multiple occasions on my YouTube channel. I have nothing to hide. If I promote a coin, I hold it till the end. Even if it dumps, I hold it. I have never been paid by a company, by any cryptocurrency ever in the history of my channel, and I will continue to do so. Why? Because I want to be incentivized by people getting results. I do not want to be incentivized by a project paying me to pump their coin. I want to make money if you make money. That is my obligation to everybody watching this video. I was put on this planet to help people achieve financial independence. And then I want to go to other planets. If you guys don't know my story, I really want to make a space company, and I will get there. And I believe it starts with helping people achieve freedom first. I'm not talking about financial independence. Finances are just, it, to me, is just kind of a word, but really what it is freedom. If you have money, you can make more decisions. If you have more decisions, you're free. That's the point, right? So my incentive mechanism is, hey, can I get people results? I get paid if people get results. And it's as simple as that. So I did want to point that out, that right now, a lot of these guys are getting exposed, and you can go look at it for yourself. Zach, XBT. Hey, Zach, you know, I'm a crypto influencer. If you're watching this video, why don't you dive into my history, go to the on-chain metrics, and see if I've pumped and dumped anybody, and you will find that I have never accepted a token from these Genesis wallets or these companies that just start. I have never accepted a pre-allocation of any crypto. We can get on to interview Zach, and I'll give you my public address, and you can go for it. So I just wanted to separate myself right there, because a lot of people think that I'm following the same path as everybody else, and this is not the case. I created a legitimate business model that helps people achieve financial independence. That's point number one. If we bring up the news here, I do want to briefly touch on what's going on in the world, and it's obvious, right? We see Canada, you know, restricting people from not only talking, but they're also restricting their bank accounts, right? And as you can see here, Kraken cannot protect you from Canadian government freezing crypto. And I've said this from the beginning. From the beginning, take your money off of centralized exchanges. I have less than 15% of my cryptocurrency holdings in centralized exchanges. I take it all off, and I use, specifically DeFi projects. Again, let me say this. I use decentralized projects for a reason. The problem is that there's a learning curve, and most people don't understand how to use decentralized projects. So this is what the channel's for. This is what I've been basically preaching to people over and over again. They will try to censor you. They might ban me off of YouTube one day. They will try to tell you to stop talking, and then they will try to control your purchase decisions. And we see it happening in Canada right now, and usually it happens in third world countries, and now we're seeing it happen to one of the biggest countries on planet Earth right in front of your face. They are freezing cryptocurrency accounts. They are freezing actual bank accounts if they don't comply with the Canadian government, which right now is starting from the fact that they're trying to silence these truckers. They're trying to silence protesters, and if you don't stay quiet, I'm going to take your bank account. That is what they are saying right now, and that is what the world has gotten to. Hence, the Bitcoin market dump, and all risk-on assets right now are dumping. So that's the point number one. The macroeconomic conditions right now in the world are unsettling. We don't know what's really going on. It's like smoking mirrors, right? It's smoking mirrors, right? And they're getting to the point where they're testing these things, like, for example, in Canada and other countries. Hey, can we control their actual, like, you know, the information, the education? Can we control people and tell them to stop talking about the things that matter? And if we can't control them, let's actually physically control them with their money, right? And that's what's happening right now. And this is why everybody's panicking and freaking out. This is why stocks are selling off. This is why crypto is selling off. Now, this is all short term. I've said this before, right? It's short term. So I do believe cryptocurrency is the answer. But right now, specifically, people are not saying crypto is the answer. I know there's like a select few people that are smart enough to understand that. And I know a lot of you following me, you're smart enough to understand that crypto is the answer. But you have to broaden your time horizon. You have to understand mass market psychology. Mass market psychology is not saying, oh, I'm scared, let me flee to Bitcoin. They're not saying that right now. This might be a thing. And again, the whole point of crypto is that eventually it will be a thing. But right now, everything's dumping for a reason. Hence my sell call. Hence why I've been telling you guys I'm out of the market. Hence basically every video I've made in the past 3 or 4 weeks. I've been saying this for a reason. And the reason why your favorite influencer continues to dollar cost average towards the end of the market, encouraging you to lose money. The reason why they say this, which is bringing us to my first point, which, hey, they get incentivized by shilling. That's all they know. I get incentivized by getting results. And just bringing it home. Just bringing it home. If we bring up this screen right here, Kickstarter revises crypto ambitions following backlash. So if you guys didn't know, these crowdfunding platforms are also stopping it, right? It started off with, what's that crowdfunding? GoFundMe. That's where it really started. GoFundMe was funding the truckers that are protesting. They were funding it, and then literally they stopped. They halted all funding. So again, censorship of money, censorship of freedom of speech is what's happening in today's world, and people are basically panicking, okay? If we come over here, all right, I do believe we are going to 30K BTC, and this is just one of the reasons. This is just one of the reasons is right here, okay? Very simple. Everyone's bullish still. Look how many longs there is. If you guys don't understand how these markets work, the exchanges make money when they get liquidations. So being that there's overwhelmingly a lot of longs, the market makers will take advantage of these people and try to get them liquidated. They've rinsed and repeat this process over and over again, and I won't start to get bullish until I see shorts. When I see shorts in the market, when it's overwhelmingly short, then we might get a bounce. And I do think that's probably going to happen around 30K BTC price, which is the price I've been telling you guys for a long time. Guy chats a load of buttocks for an hour, information that don't really matter. Cool. That's cool for you. People follow me for a reason. I have hundreds of thousands of followers for a reason. What is the stock everyone keeps talking about to get in by March? I don't know what I think that's clickbait titles that are taking advantage of you. Short term, as in 6 to 12 months. Look, the time frame's hard. I don't really do it by time frames. I do it by market sentiment. So once we see clear implications of inflation, and once we see the whole war that could potentially happen, what's going on there, then I can start to get bullish. And then maybe once we see Bitcoin come to 30K, I'll analyze again, and then maybe I'll start to get bullish again. But yeah, a lot of orders sitting at 28K. That's what I'm saying. 28K, 30K Bitcoin price is very, very strong. It's like an infamous position. I don't believe it's probably going to go lower than 30K, but I do believe we're probably coming down to about that point. Yeah. But yeah, I'm just reading comments. All right, we have about 330 people here. Guys, we have only 206 likes. All the other 130 or so people, do me a favor, just like the video. It sends out notifications to more people. I have a full presentation that I built here. It's about 19 slides, and what I want to do is give you the full strategy. The last video that we talked about, if you come over here to my screen, how to 100x flipping crypto coins, I specifically put here full story because it was my story.
I'm gonna put it in the chat, guys.
He's gonna put it in the chat, so he's gonna drop the video in the chat. Go watch that later, bookmark it. Don't watch it now because I'm about to give you the actual strategy. So this is kind of a part 2 to that video. Today we're gonna be talking about the actual strategy behind that story, okay? And it could be very, very interesting. Yeah, you can go ahead and bring up the front angle. So yeah, guys, watch that later, okay? We'll jump into it. But actually, Eddie, pull up the screen again. Let's talk a little bit more about maybe why the markets are dumping. And it's probably because of the equities market. So you can see the actual, physical price of the equities market dropping like 3% in a couple of days, which is really bad. But he's actually pointing it out right here. Equity market liquidity has absolutely collapsed. Markets entered a new volatility regimen following whatever. All right, so the point is that people are just getting scared, and we're seeing it in the equity markets. Also, if we come over here, you can see clearly people are getting scared because gold is on the rise while Bitcoin's dropping. Now, again, the point is that gold is not, it's supposed to be like the old way, but this is what people are used to. Bringing it back to my original point, guys, Bitcoin's supposed to be the hedge against monetary inflation. We all know this, but right now that's not a reality for the majority of people. Only the minority of people use it as a hedge against monetary inflation. The majority of all these institutional investors, people with a lot of money, people that don't know anything about crypto, they think gold is the hedge against monetary inflation. So we're seeing that actually play out right now. And if you don't think there's inflation, guys, all you have to do is look at your grocery market. Look at the bills on, when you go out to eat. The cost of food has rose so much. The cost of oil and gas on the rise. Everything is very expensive. You don't really see the dollar losing value. What you see is everything else gets expensive and your wage stays the same. So this is obviously a thing right now, and it's scaring people. And hence why they're jumping out of the stock market, which is considered risk on. The stock market is considered risk on assets, and cryptocurrency is probably in that category, okay? So long term, again, crypto can play as that hedge, and I do think this is a reality. And this is why I've invested my whole existence into crypto, because I do think it's gonna be a thing. But short term, I've saved myself. I took risk off the table. I saved my team, right? I took risk off the table. Now I have the opportunity to buy when Bitcoin goes to 30K, if it does. It can reverse. I'm not going to sit here and say I have a crystal ball and I know everything. I'm just telling you that the world is very uncertain right now, right? We don't know if we're going to go to war. And I know people are like, oh, it's propaganda, Alex. They're messing with you. But even if like there's no physical war, just the scare of war, just these articles and the fact that Biden's basically an influencer for this war at this point, just the perception will dump the markets. You don't need an actual war for the markets to dump. You guys are thinking too literal. You have to think about the mass psychology and what's going on in the world. That is the most important part. What are people thinking in their heads? And then you have to react to that, all right? So if we look at over here, this is basically an index of all like the big tech companies in the stock market. You can see it's dumping as well. Pretty much everything is down. This is NASDAQ composite, specifically tech companies, down 38%. I think it's because of Facebook. All the things you guys know, I don't have to restate the obvious, but risk on assets are on the dump. And like I said, Bitcoin is considered right now in the mass psychology of people a risk on asset. Now, if you do more research, then yeah, you'll understand that Bitcoin's supposed to save this, right? But that's not the reality of the situation. So as you can see, we broke through this major support here. I actually have a short in the market, which I'm in profit now. I put a short in the market around 41K, and I'm in profit right now. And I do, again, think we're going to come back down to this liquidity level right here, right? This huge liquidity level right here. The price is irrelevant, right? But I do think around this range, 30K, 31K, 32K is when I'm going to start buying the dip, okay? And again, I could be wrong. Like, I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything. I could be wrong. We get a bounce up to the upside. But I think it's more likely that we're going to trade a little bit sideways and then come down eventually to around this point here, in which I will buy a lot of altcoins, and some videos that I'm going to be dropping this weekend will talk about the specific altcoins that I want to buy. All right, so let's take 2 seconds. I'm about to jump into the actual presentation. So what I did here is I kind of gave you guys a market update on what's going on in crypto in the world. Just to recap really quickly, macroeconomic conditions are uncertain, inflation's at its all-time high, and the traditional investor, their psychology is saying, hey, I'm scared, let me get out of risk on assets. Also, there's a potential war. Now, the war doesn't have to happen, but just the news and the media of this war will bring down the markets and risk on assets, and that's true. Also, we see censorship in these first world countries, like literally in Canada, we see censorship of money, right? They're halting bank accounts, and we see, the destruction of freedom of speech. And these are big problems that you typically see before a recession or depression. The government's freaking out and they're trying to find ways to control everybody is what's basically happening right now. So these things are very uncertain and will probably be bad for risk on assets, okay? And that's just the gist right here. And that's pretty much what I've been saying over and over again. And now you're seeing the Bitcoin price reflect that. So let me answer some questions for about 2 minutes.
Where can people learn to research like that?
Yeah, so you guys can learn to research like that. Like I said, my YouTube channel is a great resource. We also right now have a $5 5-day trial for fundamental secrets. Again, I get incentivized by people getting results. Okay, and this is why I've made this. Right?
It'll be in the chat, guys.
Yeah, it's in the chat, and I know like the price is expensive. I got to pay top level coaches. They're like $80 an hour. I got to pay people with credibility. People with credibility don't just give you guys free information. They rather just trade themselves. They rather just go in their basement and trade because they get results. People that get results don't have an obligation to teach you, right? So I have to pay them so they could teach you. And this is what Fundamental Secrets is. We got some people that are working at hedge funds that are coaches for our program. We got people with positive P&Ls that know how to use bots, that know how to trade on the downside of the market, scalp trading, things like this, due diligence, right? The information you don't get for free. That's the point. That is literally the point. And I know it's expensive, so what I want to do is a 5-day, $5 trial, literally $1 per day, and you could see it for yourself, because I do recognize that people just think that you can find all of the information on the internet for free. That is not the case. I don't care what anybody says. There's a reason why there's a college. There's a reason why people pay money for college, because this information is isolated to the credibility of the college, okay? It's as simple as that. So take advantage of that. He's dropping a link in there. Also, the presentation that I am about to talk about right now, Eddie's going to give you the number. What's the number? The number, basically there's a community app. So you guys can text me, and I've been texting people back. He's about to paste the number right now, which is 954-758-5473. So you guys
chat, guys.
Yeah, you can. I have this app. It's called Community, and I'm literally texting people back, kind of trying to help them through this volatile market. So if you want to pitch me an idea, whatever the case is, the presentation will be sent out in the Community app. So again, go to 954. Text me right now. 954-758-5473. And if I annoy you with the text messages, you can cancel it. I'm not charging anything for this.
And guys, that pinned comment, first 300 users, so make sure you get in soon.
Yeah. The $5 trial, people are taking advantage. Literally, guys are making new emails and taking advantage of the $5 like over and over again. And I see it. And I know that's just, it's going to happen, right? But we're going to stop it at a certain point because of this, them taking advantage of us or whatever the case is. But yeah, if you want the full presentation, the presentation I'm about to give you guys, if you want the whole download so you can reread it again and execute the one that I'm about to talk about right now, go over to 954-758-5473. Shoot me a text message. Literally text me right now. And after this meeting, after this live stream, I'm going to send out the link so you can download it for free for yourself and read over it if you like to. If you like, it's going to be 19 slides. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. Let me press play. Here it is right here. How to make 100x flipping crypto coins full guide. The only 3 things you need to know. You can download this again by texting me at 954-758-547. Literally just go on your phone, text me. All right. Also, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Instagram, if you're on TikTok or any other social media that is not YouTube, I highly recommend you tune in to my YouTube channel. This is where we're going to go deep, and this is where you can kind of get the better experience. So just type in Alexander Lorenzo on YouTube and find my new live stream video that we're doing right now to get the kind of full of experience or whatever the case is. All right, so let's go into it. Let's talk about the legitimate strategy, and it's going to be so funny, but you guys think it's going to be, I got to say strategy because this is what people think gives you results, but it's really not the strategy. What it really is you. Typically, people don't make money because of their ego. Typically, people don't make money because of their daily habits. They don't make money because they are just kind of going through reality like they think they know it all. But people like me, professionals, right? People that have actually made it out the end of the tunnel, right? That have actually made money. This is my job to put you in a position and show you the reality of what professionalism looks like. And this is what the goal of what I'm doing right now is going to be. So let me be clear. The only 3 things, I simplified it. I can give you 100 things. Don't get me wrong. This is in Fundamental Secrets. We have like 170 videos. So I can talk about this forever. But being that I only have a limited amount of time in this live stream, I can't sit here for 2 days. I'm going to give you the isolated principles or the timeless principles that have gotten me results over and over again. Again, this is not a specific strategy. Why? Because the strategies change literally on a daily basis. On a weekly, monthly, daily basis, the strategies always change because it changes with the market. But I can give you, again, the timeless principles that will stay consistent throughout cryptocurrency no matter what. And these are the 3 things right here. Number 1, you must be able to know how to control yourself, man. You must have emotional stability. If you don't, this works in anything, not only crypto investing, but a lot of you don't even know how to save money, right? A lot of you don't even understand how to save money. So being able to emotionally stabilize yourself will allow you to move through the pressure, right? Be able to survive the pressure and make the correct decisions. Number 2, market direction. You must have a gauge on where the overall market direction is potentially going to go. A lot of people are just praying and hoping that the market reverses, but they don't have any serious reasons why they think the bull run is going to continue, right? They can't come up with a list of actual identifiable reasons why the bull market is going to continue, but they just continue to dollar cost average because that's what everybody else is telling them. Everybody else is telling you just keep buying and accruing losses for no reason. They're just telling you to accrue losses for no reason. When the market direction is clearly at a higher chance, right now, we are at a higher chance of the market going down than going up. That's just the reality of the situation. And I've been able to gauge the market direction, right? Towards the beginning of the bull run, you'll see me all bullish, hardcore bullish because I believe the market direction is going up, right? So if you can't gauge this, you will always lose unless you're an investor. And that's fine. You can be an investor. You can be Michael Saylor. But remember, Michael Saylor has cash flow mechanisms that make him money no matter what. If Bitcoin goes to $1,000 per coin, this man is still making millions, if not billions of dollars. So you cannot invest with other people's pockets. If you have less than 250K to your name right now, if your net worth is less than 250K, likely you will not be able to pull off a long-term investor dollar cost average strategy without going through some serious emotional volatility, okay? It's going to be very hard for you to pull off Michael Saylor's strategy if you don't have pockets like him. It's just simple as that. And, of course, he wants exit liquidity, so he's going to tell you guys to keep buying. Now, don't get me wrong. Again, you can pull off a dollar cost average strategy and just hold to infinity. But that will require you to go you're not going to be in the markets. Like during the bear run, you're going to ignore the market, right? You're not going to be in this. And I don't believe that's the best way. I believe during the bear market, you should be getting more active. You should be spending more time in the market during the bear run. So my strategy encapsulates a thing I call education, right? My strategy is, hey, maybe we should maybe we should try to predict it so we can figure out why our decision making process was wrong and try to fix it and try to become better human beings. I don't want to just close my eyes and come back in 2 years when the market comes back. That's so stupid, because the biggest thing in crypto is the fact that you're learning about these crypto projects. How do you guys think I made 100Xs in the last bear run? Polygon was named Matic at first. You would have never, ever had the even slight chance of getting 100X in Polygon unless you were involved in the bear run. And that's the point. If you can't predictably make money in any direction of the market, you will likely leave this market. Okay? And then you will lose out on the biggest valuable resource, which is your education in Web 3.0. And then the last one here, if you pull up the screen, Eddie, is risk management. You must, I repeat, must be able to hedge against risk. If you don't know how to do this, you will be taken advantage of emotionally on a consistent basis over and over again. You will be taken advantage of, I promise, by these people that do know how to do this. Now, if I bring up the screen, you can kind of keep it here or whatever.
Leave it on screen?
Yeah, for now. I'll tell you when to pull up the main angle. But as you can see here, this is the hero's journey, and I know a lot of you are going through this right now, and I know it for a fact because if you want to get to the end, which the end result for you is success, you have to go through this. There's no way around it unless you win the lotto. If you win the lotto, then, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. But they say, what they say, a fool and his money are soon parted. But as you can see here, usually there's a call to adventure, and maybe I was that call to adventure because you saw my YouTube video and I hyped you up about crypto. And you kind of have to make the leap of faith. And a lot of the leap of faith for you guys is investing in crypto in the first place. Maybe putting money in the market. I don't know. I don't know if this is risky. Should I put money in the market? Whatever the case is. And then you have this kind of road of trials and tribulations where you're winning, you're losing, you're winning, you're losing. And maybe you have more wins than losses, but eventually you come to the abyss or the big, big, big problem. And this is where you actually have to change as a person. If you do not change as a person and you stay the same, you will never get the success that you want. You have to get yourself in a metamorphosis. It's not about your portfolio, guys. How many times do I have to tell you it's not about your portfolio? It's about who you are as a person that will give you the success at the end of the tunnel. You must change. If you do not change, you will die. This is true. And this is consistent throughout pretty much everything I do in my existence. You can't lose weight unless you change your mind. You can't get success in anything unless you go through this big failure event. And maybe this big failure event right now is for you not selling, not taking profit, putting your whole net worth into cryptocurrency, and then experiencing this massive pain. Maybe this event is happening right now because the Bitcoin's dumping and you thought that it was going to go to 100K and you're blindly investing with other YouTubers. Maybe that's what's happening right now, because I know I see it in a lot of people. And I want to tell you that this is necessary for you to grow. You must lose big. You must be able to be brought down to your knees. You must be able to face the devil and look into his eyes and say, no, I'm going to make it to the end. I am not going to quit. And if you don't experience this, likely you have never experienced success. If you don't come to this ultimatum event where you have to push through and change and kill your ego, you will not win. A forest must burn down before it grows big again. So just understand, if you're accruing massive losses and you cannot, it's hard for you. This is necessary for your success. And you must think this is what needs to happen for me to get out to the other side and actually get what I want out of life. This is it's almost like when I start a new venture, whether it's a marketing venture or a new business, whatever the case is, I literally tell myself as I'm starting this new thing, dang, there's going to be a time where I'm going to be brought down to my knees. And the beauty of this is that if you know ahead of time, when it comes up to this event, you can look the devil in his face, like I said, and persevere, right? So I do want to let you know that this is normal and it's okay. Take a deep breath, and we're going to push you through to the end of the side. But if we come back over here, okay, I've gone through this hero journey, and then eventually I changed as a person. And again, if you want to know my journey, the story, that was the last video that we were talking about. So Eddie, drop the link in the last video. Go look at my story. Go see exactly what I did. He's going to drop the link in the chat for you guys. But the point is, when you change as a person, you develop kind of these character traits, and you get this experience that is basically the ultimate boon. Boon is basically the experience you got at the end of the tunnel. And then you actually go and teach people. Once you actually make money and get success, you can't do nothing but tell other people. You want to tell people all day. And that's kind of the current situation I'm in right now. Everything we're experiencing right now, I've already experienced. I've already gone through that. I've already killed myself and came back. I already killed my ego. I've already burned down and I came back. And this is why I'm so confident. This is why I can come out here and make these videos while all these other YouTubers are folding, right? Everybody's freaking out right now. Everybody's freaking out. I can make these videos, and if you notice, I go harder when the market's down because I know people need this help, right? So once you figure out your situation, once you die, once you grow and surpass your hero's journey, you'll come to a point where you can then teach other people, right? And that's the beauty of life, is that the point of us being on this planet is that you can contribute to society, and that is the last part of the hero's journey. So I just wanted to show you guys that you are not alone. Everybody has to go through this, all right? So if we come over here to the screen share, let's talk about the first one out of the three, which is emotional stability, okay? Believe it or not, guys, but the hard things work. The harder it is, when I tell you, hey, maybe you should learn technical analysis. Hey, maybe you should research yourself. Hey, maybe you should learn fundamental analysis. A lot of people, nah, I'm just gonna listen to somebody else. The easy way, no, you can keep it on the screen. I want them to read this. The easy way is just listening to other people and investing. But the hard way is coming up with your own investment strategy. But the beauty of doing the hard things is that it works no matter what. If you go towards pain, it works. If you take a fat loss pill, you're not going to lose weight because it's easy. And an easy thing, like think about food, for example. Literally, human psychology, right? Human psychology wants you to eat things that taste good, like sweets, like candy, like cake. It is literally less of a barrier of entry. It's easier for you to eat a piece of cake than to eat a salad. But if you eat salads, if you eat the right foods, you get the end result, that is losing weight and becoming healthier. So in every area of your life, if you move towards the hard things, you win. And this is a timeless principle. Same thing in crypto investing. Same thing in investing in any market. It does not matter. Do the hard work. You must have unwavering character. You need to be able to make smart decisions and see them through. You must literally look at yourself 5 years from now and say, wow, I changed. If you don't see a change, you will not win. You must have candor. You have to self-critique, take criticism from other people, as well as give out criticism and identify all of the things you're doing wrong and all of the things you're doing right, and be able to write it down and document your whole entire journey and double down on the things you do right. You have to self-reflect. If you cannot self-reflect, you lost. Also, competition. You have to have the professionalism to be world class. You have to have the professionalism to win. If you don't think you are the investor out of your friend group, you have already lost. You have already lost. And this is the point I'm trying to make. This is what professionalism looks like. This is the vibe. I'm trying to give you guys the vibes. I'm trying to give you guys the vibes right now. This is what professionalism looks like. And again, this is why I've been put on this earth. We come over here. This is another part of emotional stability, is understanding these kind of, I guess you could say, blind spots in your brain, right? And again, the hard work works. Right? So just learning the cognitive biases is super annoying, and you have to read and memorize these things. But again, you have to avoid the blind spots in your mind. So for example, one of them is called a bandwagon bias, right? All of your friends are telling you to buy Bitcoin. Everybody on the internet saying super bullish. Are you making a decision because everybody's telling you that? Or are you making a decision because you actually think the Bitcoin bull run is here? That is what you have to identify. These blind spots in your mind play tricks on you because that's just the way humans are. They're not perfect, right? Protect your decision-making process more than your money. It is literally more important to understand why you're making decisions and rinse and repeat and figure out the problems with your decision-making process than your actual bank account. Why? Because a human is just a construct of all the decisions he makes. You will trade your decisions more than you trade your money. So if your decision-making process sucks, if you don't have a decision-making process, well, that is the point of this whole entire presentation. I am going to set you straight, and I'm going to make you a professional. And if you don't like working hard, leave the live stream. This is not easy. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. Cryptocurrency is the best opportunity for mankind to make money right now. Don't get me wrong, but it's still going to be hard. You're still going to have your trials and tribulations. That's just the way it goes, right? And if you're not making the right decisions, this is true. Like, right, most people think you have to come up with this crazy strategy to make the right decisions, but really it's about just not making the wrong decisions. That's 90% of this. Don't make the wrong decisions. It's as simple as that. Take control of your life. Discipline plus focus equals results. I don't know how many times I gotta tell people, if you're losing money and you feel down, you should automatically, there should be something that triggers in your head It should just like, boom, trigger in your head and it force you to go harder, right? Discipline plus focus equals results. Please understand the difference between professionalism and a hobby. Most of you are treating this like a hobby, and this is why you're getting burned. This is why most people get burned, okay? I know I'm getting really loud right now. Let me read some of the comments, guys. Let's see what you guys got going on here. What we got? Ask me some questions. I'm getting tired here. Let me get a drink of water. Oh, you're screaming at the internet, man. Bloody Friday, fellas. Yeah, it's bloody. Yeah, we got a lot of likes. Guys, do me a favor. Like the video. Share the video with somebody. That would be amazing. Don Pina. Yeah, that Don Pina dude is a savage. I don't even know if he's rich at this point. He calls himself a billionaire, but I don't even know if that's true. Be true to yourself. Yeah, you got to be true to yourself. I agree. You have to understand. You got to, oh, is that what you're saying? Yeah. Hey guys, if you're on a different social media, I can answer your comments a little bit better if you jump on over to YouTube. So just type in Alexander Lorenzo on YouTube.
Do you like real estate, and how much of your portfolio should be out of crypto?
Real estate, I just don't have it right now because again, the real estate market's probably going to crumble. But I'm 70% out of the market. You guys all know that. So I'm 70% out of the market. I've been out of the market for a while. But yeah, the truth hurts. You're right. Somebody put it in the chat. The truth hurts. Man, the truth hurts. And that's why I don't get the most views, because I hit people with the truth. And I think that's true. I hit people with the truth and they get mad and start rage quitting on my videos. So don't do that. How do you use CoinGlass? Just look at it for, usually I use CoinGlass for long and short positions or whatever the case is. All right. Bring it back on the screen. All right, I already said some of these concepts. A forest must burn down before it can grow. You have to kill your ego. You have to take responsibility for your life and understand that you might not be the best investor, okay? Also, this is a great one. I call it the baggage story. And honestly, I'm probably going to be going through similar presentation with my company and stuff like that. So this is relevant to all walks of life. But what are you willing to give up is a big question. I know a lot of you make the excuse, oh, I don't have enough time to research, Alex. I'd rather just follow you. Oh, Alex, I have a full-time job. Alex, I have a business. I'm just gonna follow your trades. This will leave you broke. What are you doing in your life that you can save time or money, right? Is it Netflix? Is it video games? What are your vice, right? You have to, again, I keep saying it, you have to become a beyou person, right? And there's this story, we call it the baggage story. But I want you to imagine two people, go ahead, Eddie, pull up the front screen. I want you to imagine two people climbing up a mountain. And the mountain is basically, obviously, the success in cryptocurrency trading, right? And one person has a bag, or they both have bags, but one person only brings the necessary items, right? He brings just enough food to get to the top. He brings exactly what he needs and nothing more, okay? And then the second person over prepares, and he brings all of this stuff, and he brings a book, and he brings, like this, whatever the case is, okay? This is relevant in business, this is relevant in trading. The more baggage you have, the harder it's going to be to get to the top, okay? So you must let go. You must let go of the bad things in your life, right? So that could be Netflix, that could be video games, that could be your smoking weed habit, that could be anything. It could be anything. You have to identify what your vice is and what is this negative thing you're doing with your life, and then you have to obliterate it and look at it like the devil. You have to change it and just destroy it. You have to destroy it, okay? And this is true, okay? So you have to identify it and drop your baggage. The guy with bringing only the amount that he's supposed to bring will get to the top of the mountain way quicker. And the guy that has too much baggage will ultimately, they're putting themselves in a position to fail. And this is true with like the entrepreneurship journey. This is true with, cryptocurrency investing. I pretty much let go of everything. I didn't have no second option for myself when I jumped out in crypto. I didn't have anything. I have a degree. I didn't have really any skills besides crypto. I didn't have any income to pay my bills. And what it did is it made me a savage, guys. It helped me kill my ego. And it turned me into this person that now it doesn't really matter. I know I'm going to make money, right? Which is the point I'm trying to make here, is that if we have two people and there's one person that's willing to die for it, and there's another person that has all of these second options, and they're, but I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna get this degree. I'm gonna, don't worry. I have the second job, for my cousin. He's gonna give me pay. That person will likely go get that second job, and the person that's willing to die for it will win, and that's the truth. Life is a competition, if you haven't already noticed, especially cryptocurrency markets. Now, another thing that a lot of people are making mistakes, which is osmosis. If you bring up the front screen here, community is everything. A lot of you are doing this by yourself. You're doing it by yourself. Now, there's obviously the first definition, which is the biology term in chemistry. But look at the second one, the process of gradual or unconscious assimilation of ideas and knowledge. What that basically means is I can give you a book, I can give you a video, I can give you this video live stream. But if you can't catch my vibes, if you can't see the little nuances, okay, look right here, unconscious assimilation of ideas. These are the little things that you can't even process in your brain, but your body naturally feels the energy. This is the beauty of community, is when you see 7 people that are professional traders and you understand the vibes, you understand how hard they're growing, and you get this non-learnable fact of osmosis, right? Just being by people. People work in tribes for a reason. Mankind works better in tribes. These variables you cannot research, you cannot read. You just need to be by people. Right? Which brings me to the next point. Law of 33%. Please do not do it by yourself. And this is the best way that you can assort your friends. Okay. First things first, 33% of the people that you're involved with must be lower than you in your crypto journey. And the reason I say that is because you need to teach them. Teaching people gives you satisfaction and it reinforces what you already know. Okay. So you must, again, teach people that are lower than you in crypto. This is the obligation of you being in this market. You have to kind of do that. You have to spread the good word of crypto. Number 2, the second 32% are people on your level, people that have similar, knowledge base in crypto as you, right? The beauty of this, again, is that you can compete with them and you can try to beat them, right? And it will push you harder. And then the last one, which is what majority of all of you are missing, is 33% of people need to be better than you and mentor you. And I know it's scary. I know it's so scary to put yourself in a situation where you're not the best. You know, even today's date, I have problems with this. I think my shit don't stink. It's true, okay? I agree. I have a big ego, whatever. But every time I force myself in a situation where somebody has more money than me and has more knowledge, I grow. You must force yourself into uncomfortable situations. Again, law of 33%. Spend 33% of your time with people under you so you could teach them and reinforce your knowledge. Number 2, spend 33% of your time with people that are on your level that you can compete with. And number 3, spend 33% of your time with people that are better than you so they can make you better. If you are all in on one of these categories, I can pretty much guarantee you will never make money in crypto. Or you can make money one time, but you will never be able to consistently make money in crypto. And this is true. You must learn from your environment. You must have a community, and you must learn from these little intangible things that you cannot read in a book. That's the way it goes. Brings me to my next point. Okay, we kind of went over some of, like I told you guys, the emotional stability. I can dive forever on this one concept that we talked about, the first principle. But I gave you the timeless principles that you need to adopt, and then obviously there's so many more details after that. But second one, market direction. This is probably the hardest part. Don't get me wrong. Okay. And understanding kind of the risks involved, right? Understanding the difference between a macroeconomic environment and crypto. Understanding how it relates to market moves, right? And then understanding how Bitcoin and Ethereum relate to your potential investment. This is the hardest one, but we do have specific tools that will help you gauge what's going on. How do you predict the market direction? First things first, you must understand macroeconomics. It pisses me off when there's someone in cryptocurrency that doesn't understand macroeconomics. It's like literally the whole point of crypto is to solve the macro conditions, and you don't even have a basis of knowledge of what's going on in the world. It doesn't make sense. You have to be able to look at the S&P 500, Dow Jones Industrial Average, biggest stock companies, and gauge the direction of where they're going. So if you notice my recent videos, I've been pulling up Facebook stock. I've been showing you guys the macroeconomic conditions because macro world says number go down. The macro world is right now saying number go down, right? You must understand the yield curves and the difference between a 10-year yield curve and a 2-year yield curve and how that works. You must understand inflation. You must understand the price of commodities. Right now, oil is going up. When the macro world goes down, commodities go up. So I literally see it playing out. Federal policy. You must understand how the Federal Reserve works and the world reserve currency of the United States. I don't care if you're on the other side of the world. You must understand how the world reserve currency works, and the DXY is a physical representation of the purchasing power of the dollar. Things like this will take you a long time. You will not be able to do it by yourself. You have to read multiple books. You have to do the due diligence. You have to do, again, what I've been saying since the beginning of this presentation, the hard part. The hard part to me is beautiful. And the reason I say that is because the harder it gets for me, the more results I get. It's freaking weird. It's weird.
What else, Alex? What else?
It's seriously weird though. I'm literally like thinking to myself, I'm like, all right, the shit's not looking too good for me. All right, what's the hardest thing I could do? I literally do that in my brain. I'm like, all right, shit's not going good for me. What's some hard shit that I can throw on my table and accomplish so that I can get the end result that I want? The hard part gets you the result. Stop submitting to easy things. If you understand this principle, you will win in anything. Do the hard shit, which is right now understanding macroeconomic conditions. And I know this for a fact. If we bring up the chart thing here, it's not a chart. I'm used to saying chart, but how do you predict market direction? Once you understand macroeconomic environment, then you must have a somewhat good gauge of predicting Bitcoin, Ethereum, NFTs, DeFi, and Web 3.0. A lot of you already know this. And this is the easy part, right? This is the part of you watching YouTube videos in the cryptocurrency market. A lot of you already know that DeFi is a confirmed trend. A lot of you already know Web 3.0 is going to be a thing and NFTs, but that's the only thing you know, basically. And that's the problem. You have to have a 360 perspective with your investment decisions. Now, here's some of the specific, I guess you could say, skills that you need to invest in your knowledge. Obviously, long-term technical analysis. You must understand technical analysis from a classical perspective. You must be able to draw trend lines. You must be able to find support and resistance by yourself without watching a YouTuber. Okay, you must be able to do these things by yourself and develop a consistent strategy for technical analysis. This must be in your tool belt. Although I don't think you can just like save the world with TA. And there's some times where it's not relevant. And this is why we have multiple skill sets you must be able to acquire, which is also on-chain analytics. You must be able to look at Glassnode and these other places. Glassnode's not the only one, but on-chain analytics is so relevant in cryptocurrency. This is like a new data set that just came out, and people are really taking advantage of it. So you must understand these different ratios and the stock to flow model and you know, the new addresses and the things I talk about on the channel, right? Also, you have to be able to identify people with actual credibility. Like I showed in the beginning of the video, man, people are going to scam you. And if you can't isolate real credibility from fake, if you don't know how the internet works, if you don't know how these marketing outlets make money, if you don't know how these pre-sale IDOs and ICOs manipulate you and make markets to dump on you, then you are lost. You must find people with real credibility that can actually point you in the right direction. This is super important. And then the last one, data science models. You have to understand the big data science models and how they work and how they don't work. Right? And all of this needs to be in your tool bag for success. Now, let me bring it over here, Eddie. What to do? What to do? Literally, I'm giving you the answers. I'm literally drew it out here like a baby. So you guys can literally see what I think when I make a decision. What do I do, right? First off, I identify the benefits or the pros and cons, right? The benefits or the cost and risks, right? Then I look at the probability and impact to my life on both sides, the negatives and the positives, not just the positives, which is what 99% of you guys do. You only look at reasons, and this is called recency bias. This is a cognitive bias as well. You only look for reasons to back up your case, right? So you're like, oh, Bitcoin's going to 100K. All you're looking for is reasons why Bitcoin's going to 100K, but you never look for reasons why you're probably wrong. So this is literally the breakdown of exactly what it is. And then you compare the benefits versus the cost and you make a decision. This is literally the direct path you should be making in your brain every single time you make a decision about anything. And you must get really good at this. You must get really good. Remember, humans are only a construct of the decisions that they make in their life. You are a construct of the millions of decisions you make. I forgot the exact number, but people make like hundreds of decisions a day subconsciously, and they don't even think about it. When you wake up out of bed, that is the decision. When you make the decision to wake up at 5 a.m. versus 7 a.m., that's a decision. When you wake up and you decide to do work versus look at social media, that is a decision. Do you want to take a shower today? That is a decision. Do you want to brush your teeth? These are all decisions, and the better you make those, the better your life will be, and this is exactly what it looks like, all right? So there you go. We went over how to control yourself emotionally. We went over how to gauge what's going on in the market direction, okay? And I gave you guys specifics. By the way, really quickly, Eddie, if you pull up the front angle, let's talk about how you can get this free PDF before I'm done. It gets crazier. I'm going to dive into more specifics. Guys, if you text me at, what's the number? 954-758-5473. Literally, I have a phone. It's called the community app. I'm not trying to hide anything. This is not my personal number. This is just an app that I use that allows me to text you back. If you text me at 954-758-5473, I'm going to give out this presentation that we're talking about here in a PDF format that I'm not going to ask for anything. Like, I'm just going to give it to you for free. So definitely text me there. Also, if you want more professionalism, if you want the full system, If you want to know exactly what I'm doing, well, guess what? I made it super easy for you to take advantage of me. I made it for $5. $5 for a 5-day trial where you can get all the professionalism. It's in the pinned comment. All this, all these vibes, all the vibes, everything, man. We're gonna force you to success. We're gonna be screaming in your face, and we're gonna be holding you accountable for your BS, and we're gonna force you in the right direction. And these guys are, again, like I said, professionals. I made it super easy. You can make 19 different email accounts and keep doing the $5 trial. But again, I will probably end it soon because people just always take advantage, and and if you're taking advantage, to be honest, you lost already. If you keep making these accounts and you can't pay for a good product, you lost already. You will lose in the long run, guaranteed. So it's okay. Bailey's my finance guy. He's like, Alex, they're going to make new accounts. I'm like, bro, people are going to take advantage of me no matter what. So instead of you paying these scammers that take advantage of my comment section, I'd rather you just pay $5 and take advantage of me and get some good information on the other side, or whatever the case is. All right, let's bring it up. Let them know
about our second YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, we also have a second YouTube channel where we have Marty, Johnny. It's called Anora.io. And they're diving into research that I can't do. We're definitely getting more players in my organization that can research on the level I am to give you more of that professionalism, if that makes sense. Hey, Alex, you're more like a motivational speaker than anything else. I mean, look, if you guys caught me like 2 years ago, I would say that I was way better of an analyst because I just had more time. But now I have 29 people that I pay. So yeah, I have to be able to push these 29 people to success. So I don't know if I want to call it a motivational speaker. I would say that I'm a leader. I am a leader. I know how to push people to get results, right? I know how to push people to get results. Someone says smoke and mirrors. Maybe. Or maybe you might just lose all your money. Say in crypto for 4 years, everyone wins. No, that's not true. I mean, you're going to win by education, but financially you can do the same thing over and over again for years and never make money. Think about the businesses that stay stay making the same amount of money for like 10 years. They're like in business for 10 years, like these dry cleaning services, and they never grow. They're losing for 10 years. What are you talking about? You can go to school for 6 years and lose for 6 years, right? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Now, I will say that if you stay in crypto for a long period of time, you might make money, but I will also say you could do crypto wrong for 10 years. Yes, you can. That is true. That is true. I don't care what anybody says. Again, the only time you actually really win is when you kill your ego, you sacrifice who you are, the old you, and you develop into a new you. That is when you actually win. That's the truth. Bro, stop saying 29 people you pay. Hey, man, I have dreams about this, okay? I want to make sure everybody's livelihood is good, okay? I'm going to keep saying what I got to say, all right? Y'all can't stop me. What do you think about Tezos? You burn the boats. Yeah, I burn the boats. Tezos, I haven't looked at that thing in months. That should tell you everything. How could you be making bank when you're 70% out of the market? What are you talking about? I told you guys I have yield farming strategies, and I have a bot that's trading sideways in the market that's making me money. I have strategies for the downside of the market, the sideways action of the market, and the upside of the market. I'm literally, this is the whole presentation is what I'm trying to explain to you here. I'm trying to give you the vibes. Yes, I make money on the sideways action of the market and the downturn of the market. Told you guys that over and over again, and I've showed results on my channel over and over again. All right, let's bring it to the last point. Let me stop talking smack because you guys are saying wild shit in the comment section. Let's go over risk management. This is where you consistently become profitable, all right? And I want to identify a couple of variables here. First one, risk capital, is the amount of money that you're comfortable losing completely. Most of you have too much of your net worth in cryptocurrency. This money that you're putting in cryptocurrency must not change your current financial situation or your emotional situation. It can't. Because when we see these dumps, then you're going to start wilding out. You're going to start acting crazy when you see these dumps, right? Remember I told you it's not about your bank account. It's about your decision-making process. If you invest too much capital into this market, you will be a byproduct of cryptocurrency, which is a lot of ups and a lot of downs, a lot of happiness and a lot of turmoil. And these big volatile emotions will make you make wrong decisions, will force you to make wrong decisions. And if you don't have the humility to understand that, then you're going to lose anyways. You're going to lose anyways. All right. Also, another term, risk per trade, the amount of money you're willing to risk in each individual trade. So you have to first identify how much capital you're going to risk in general, and then you have to identify the risk per trade. And then obviously the maximum exposure, the overall amount of money that you're willing to have, and risk at one time. And these things will help you with risk management and help you navigate. You ever think about how all these influencers, they always have money to buy the dip? It's for two reasons. They are not risking their whole net worth. That's a guarantee. And the second one is they have cash flow mechanisms that allow them to make money every month and buy the dip. So these two things you must have when you're jumping into this market. Don't be stupid. This number is completely personalized and based on your net worth. So, for example, this is just an example. You have to figure out how your risk tolerance is for yourself, because some people, when there's a little volatility, they freak out. You have to be humble enough to gauge how risky how much risk you could take on, right? So like a person like me, I've been through thick and thin. My risk tolerance is pretty high, right? So I can invest a little bit more. But some people never invested in their life, never started a business venture in their life, and has lived a comfortable life their whole entire life. I said life like 7 times. But some people are just super comfortable. Those people have a low risk tolerance, right? So you have to gauge it for yourself. It's completely personalized, right? So this is a good example. A millionaire will be comfortable investing 100K because it's only 10% of his net worth, right? So it's only 10%. If he loses the 100K, it doesn't really affect him that much because 90% of his money is good. That's the point. If you have 150K to your name, 100K is a lot of money, right? That's literally 2/3 of your whole net worth in crypto. So if it drops, you're gonna be panicking. You're gonna be panicking the whole way down. Can you text from Sweden too, or only US? I'm pretty sure it allows for other sides of the world. It's an app, so just try it out. If it doesn't work, then I suggest you get into FS for $5 or whatever, where we can talk there. Great video. Alex always speaks the truth. Is the best. Stay strong. Yes, guys, stay strong. Come on, stay strong. All right. If you stay disciplined in your trading, you need to be comfortable with the amount of money you invest in crypto. And this is very simple, straightforward. It's not about the money. Like I keep trying to explain to you guys. Like if you're desperate for money, you're not going to make it. It's kind of like, I always bring it back to this. I know some of you are girls, so you can flip it. But if you're desperate for this girl, right? If you're desperate to try to get this girl to go on a date with you, she's probably going to get turned off, right? It's the same thing for money. If you're desperate for money and you're taking these all out crazy decisions and you're like, oh, I'm gonna invest 90% of my net worth in a crypto, you're not going to make money. The money only goes to people that deserve it, not are desperate for it. Right? I see these messages all the time where people are sending me 17 different paragraphs about this business idea looking desperate as hell. You guys are going to go broke. You have to be confident and not desperate, right? And the way you stay confident and disciplined is by not having this emotional, volatile roller coaster. And the way you do that is not having your whole net worth in crypto. And this is the beauty of risk management. Don't be stupid. If you come over to the next side here, risk per trade, you have to ask yourself how much experience you have under pressure. We kind of already talked about this, right? Do you have a low risk tolerance, a high risk tolerance? Guys, right now in the chat box, tell me your risk tolerance. 1 is you are a little baby and you cry every night. And then 10 is you can go to war right now and you'll fight to the end. So 1 out of 10 right now, I'm waiting. 1 out of 10, 1 out of 10. Somebody asked, 70% it's not in fiat. It's actually in crypto stablecoins. So technically, I don't have 29 employees. I have some people on 1099 and W2. I think I have 13 W2, and then everybody else I pay for like specific services.
He's asking that full 70% is all in stablecoins?
Yeah, the 70% is in stablecoins. I only have like 10K in my bank account. I don't want people to take out to do me over. Like things are happening in Canada, so I don't really have. I have a little bit of cash and I have a little bit in my bank, but most of it's in stablecoins. All right, so I guess you guys are all out warriors and you're gonna fight to death over here. Be humble, because if you're a 7 out of 10, that means that 70% of your crypto, your net worth should be in crypto. That's exactly the point I'm trying to make here. Is that for me, I would say realistically, I'm probably like a 7 or 8 out of 10. So you can see how I took 70% of that out of the market. Like think about this, right? This all lines up to risk management, right? So rate yourself and your risk tolerance, and then allocate that capital accordingly. Right. So now I have, a certain percentage of my net worth that I'm looking to buy the dip with. Right. So you can use that percentage as a way to invest in crypto so that you don't go crazy when the market dumps. OK, maximum exposure. Don't be stupid. After deciding your risk per trade, you need to consider the maximum exposure. This is where that 70% comes in. So like if you're a 7 out of 10, then 70% of your net worth can probably go into risk on assets. And you don't have to just jump into crypto. You could probably go into other things like gold or commodities or whatever. But this is what you're willing to risk, right? So if you're 2 out of 10, you must risk only 20% of your net worth total. And then of that 20%, I'm going to show you how to divide it a little bit more. But now you have to identify how many trades you want to make. So if your net worth is 100K and your risk tolerance is 20% or 2 out of 10, then only invest 20K. And then if you want to make 10 trades or you want to buy 10 different altcoins, then only invest 2,000 per trade. Very simple, easy math, right? Very, very simple, easy math, right? And then I just want to be clear with risk management. Yeah, people can dollar cost average all the way down. Don't get me wrong. but you also must dollar cost average on the way up. Okay. Bitcoin dropped 83.64% last cycle. And if you did not take profit, that was a hell of a ride. And I was one of those guys. I only sold 30% of my net worth at the top, and 70% I held through all of this. And it was, man, I'm speaking from experience, not a book, right? But yeah, I've already talked about most of this stuff. They have cash flow. These influencers have cash flow and they get paid to shill, right? So, and you are not that. Most of you are not that. And I'm 100% certain they're not investing all of their net worth in crypto. I talk to them. I talk to the influencers. None of them are doing that. None of them are doing that, okay? And think about it, you know, how are they always buying a dip? It's because of these risk management strategies. But there you go. If you want to take away the screen. Yeah, that's it right there. If you guys want to get the official, what's the text message? I can't even remember the number, man. I'm over here snapping on people and stuff. It's 954. He's going to paste it for you. 954-758-5473, guys. I'm going to send this PDF. I'm losing my voice. I'm going to send this PDF out to you guys so that you can take advantage of it, look over it, study it, and execute on this, right? Don't take this video as mental masturbation. This is entertainment if you don't do anything. If your life doesn't change, if you don't actually try to become a better person and practice the principles in this video, then it was literally just a waste of like an hour. So yeah, just think about that. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I'll answer questions for like the next 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna check out what we got here. Are you an Anchor? No, I'm not, but I know Bailey, which is our finance guy, he gets like yield on Anchor, and he's been able to get like 20% APY, so you should definitely look into that. Do you know anything about Seer Coin? No, I don't. I don't know anything. There's like hundreds of thousands of cryptos. I do not know every crypto. All right, guys, Q&A. Ask me some questions. Ask me some questions. Q&A.
It's delayed, so you gotta give him a second.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a second. All right. And if you made it this long, guys, oh yeah, it might be bugging out. Oh, we're good.
I'll see any comments on the social media.
He's looking at, all right, we're looking at other social medias. We're good? Yeah. All right, I just want to shill my stuff a little bit. Hey, guys, $5, 5-day trial. Take advantage of me. I even show you in the video on the landing page how to cancel it. And the goal here is because I know what I have works, and I'm confident of it. So I know there's going to be most of you are probably just going to like cancel it or take advantage and make new emails. And then we're going to have a select few people, the cream of the crop, that will make the payments and eventually, you know, get the result at the end of the tunnel or whatever the case is. So go ahead and look into it for yourself. Also, when you sign up for the 5-day, $5 trial, you have to wait for, the most important part is the Discord. That's where you can get the coaching. So we do live Q&As like 10 times a week. So yes, there's only 7 days in a week. So that means that we do two and sometimes 3 live Q&As a day. So you're going to be able to get those vibes. You're going to be able to get those professional vibes on a consistent basis every single day of the week, right? All right, so we have some questions here. ADA going to be hold $1? That I don't know, man. I will say the community is pretty resilient. The fact that it hasn't dumped below $1 is kind of crazy. It should have already dumped below $1, but the community is outstanding. So, you know, that could be a good thing.
That was a good one.
Isn't price action more accurate than macro? I don't know who told you that, but right now macro is basically dictating everything of where we're going. And you could say that there's price action in macro. So I think you're just limiting yourself to one variable. You need to look at other things. Alex, I just finished a book, Life After Google. Can you recommend another good book? Oh yeah, Life After Google is good. Principles by Ray Dalio is a really good book. And how to navigate the debt crisis or something like that by Ray Dalio. Just read all of Ray Dalio's books. Read all of them. There you go. Very impressed with this so far. Thank you so much. I'm trying as hard as I can to really lead people through this really emotional time. And like if you notice, like my effort increases as the market goes down because I know people are experiencing a lot of pain right now. So I want to like really help like as much as I possibly can. Would you sell at this point if we're already too deep? Look, to be honest, that's a better question. Like I said, take advantage of the $5 5-day trial because we don't know your situation. We don't know your experience level. So that will be a different answer for depending on who you are as a person. Phantom versus what? Cardano? Phantom, all the way. He deleted the comment, but I know he was going to say Phantom versus Cardano. Phantom wins. Can I go back to BlockFi? I want interest on my Bitcoin. You could, but I recommend it's probably a little bit safer if you go to a decentralized interest-bearing platform, which will require you to do the hard work and understand what that even means. So if you don't want to understand it, you could go the easy route and go to BlockFi and, you know, potential. I don't know. They just got settled with the SEC, so they're going to have issues for sure. What can we invest in right now? Invest in yourself, okay? Invest in yourself and get some knowledge. Phantom versus Avalanche. That's a hard one, to be honest. That's a really hard one. They're very close, but I've already picked Phantom, and you guys kind of already know that. My winner is Phantom. Do you think Elrond's a good investment? Yeah, I think Elrond's a good investment. I think they have marketing issues, but that's definitely on the top of my list when it comes to layer ones. First bump, or fist bump. Fist bump, yeah. When are the slides going to be sent out? Literally, when I get off of this, I'm going to text out the slides to everybody. Yeah, when I get right off of this. Alex, how will USA regulate Bitcoin or whatever? I don't have the answers. I could just tell you what it looks like. I don't know what's in the black box, but I could tell you what's, you know, the actions they're taking and the reactions of the market, right? So I don't know the answers. I don't have an oracle, but I do know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the market right now. A lot of my crypto generates yield. Should I hold through? No. I mean, that's just because it generates yield doesn't mean you should hold the depreciation of the asset. Is UMB a good pick? Yeah, I've talked about it a couple of times. It's good. I don't know if it's a good pick right now. I don't think anything's a good pick right now. Right now, I'm allocating only capital to like the biggest winning, really very strong fundamental projects. And I gave a list to everybody at FS. So again, guys, like a lot of these questions, like I can answer them. That's fine. But they're very empty questions. The real answer is you have to come up with the answers yourself. That's the point. So you have to understand and have a basis of knowledge. Highly suggest everybody takes advantage of the $5 trial, guys. Take advantage of the $5 5-day trial. Also, watch my last YouTube video. Eddie's going to drop the comment. I have a video where I talked about my story. This was the strategy behind the story, but you must learn my story to understand where I came from so that you can actually have respect for me and you can believe what I'm saying. A lot of people don't, you know, I can see why you guys don't trust these influencers and you're mad about it because they take advantage of you. So I just gave you my story and I gave you every detail in a 58-minute video. So take advantage of that. He's going to drop it in the comment section or whatever the case is. And yeah, go watch that. MindMed, Radix, Cube, all three of those. Again, I'm not buying coins, and I'm buying very specific coins when Bitcoin has 30K. Alex, how's your day? My day's doing good. I feel like I'm motivating thousands of people, and that always makes me happy. I signed up. No one called me. You should get a call soon. We're fixing our system, so bear with me. But you should, if you sign up for the $5 trial, you will get an email with the Discord link. That's the really important part. We just don't have a mechanism right now that automatically gets you into Discord because, again, people just take advantage. And you know, the Discord is the most valuable part of Fundamental Secrets. We have the pre-recorded videos, but if you want to get all the live Q&As, if you want to get the vibes, you want to get the professional vibes, it's in the Discord. So you have to wait for that email. Put the right email in, wait for that email, and get in. And then we'll have some of our coaches actually call you and talk to you about what's going on, all right? UFO looks, I like it. My coaches don't like it. So, you know, kind of turned me off a little bit. I trust my coaches. I believe in their professionalism, but they've clearly told me a couple of times that they don't like UFO. So, you know, it is what it is. I made a bad call.
Armando actually has a UFO video coming out this weekend on the Nord channel if you guys want to check it out.
Yeah. Can I find this one in FS course? Yes, you can find all of my whole entire life's work in FS course. Thank you for your work. No problem. I totally trust what you have to say. What if Bitcoin rallies from here? If it does, then I'll jump back in the market. I'm not emotional. You know, I make these decisions on the internet, and I could, if I see things change, I'll jump back in the market. There's nothing wrong with hedging against your risk and then changing your decision. There's nothing wrong with changing your decision. You don't have to be convicted for the rest of your life. Will the PDF be available for FS members? It will be available for everybody. So yeah, I'll share it to FS. Can privacy coins support the freedom convoys? I think Bitcoin can support the freedom convoys. They can't stop Bitcoin. You don't need privacy coins to pay them. Can you do a video on how to use your Discord? Yeah, we already have videos in there with the Discord, but I can help. Bailey's there. We have people that are going to call out to you. So if you put your right phone number, if you put the correct information, likely we will contact you. Thoughts on the crypto if Russia invades you? Man, if Russia invades Ukraine and we go into a war, all risk on assets, like I said in the beginning of the video, will dump. And crypto is still considered a risk on asset. Wait, you're all out of the market. I've been out of the market. I've been 70% out of the market for weeks. For weeks. It looks like you just showed up here. But I've been calling this for weeks. What are your levels for Bitcoin? I'll reevaluate my strategy at 30K BTC, unless it goes up from here. If it starts pumping, then I'll give you guys a scoop on the YouTube channel or whatever the case is. I don't have Patreon right now. I think we canceled that. I only have FS, which is the $5 5-day trial I was talking about. I'm a business owner, which takes the majority of my time. What's the best way for me to keep going through this time? That's the point, Zach. I made a resource for you to kind of get you to the answer as quick as possible. If you research crypto for free on the internet, then that is the long route. That is the long way. I have given you the short way. So that, FS, again, I keep pointing to it because, again, this is what my life's work. My life's work is to give you the answer as quick as possible. So if you're a business owner and you just want the end result, well, go look at our buy calls, go look at our picks, right? Go look at what we're researching instead of having to look at all of this BS credibility all over the internet. That's the whole point. You completely forgetting how power Monero actually is. I don't know what you're talking about. Do you, powerful. Yeah, Monero is cool, but Bitcoin is just as resilient. If not, it's not just, it's way more resilient. Any opinion on competing oracles to Link? Again, I'm focusing my research right now in the direction of the market, and then I have some winning picks. So I'm really ignoring everything else, and I'm focusing hardcore on what matters most. Right now, oracles do not matter most. Okay, it just doesn't. Right now, I think it's metaverse type altcoins, and I think just understanding the direction of the market is more important than anything. Do you think NFTs are overhyped or underrated? I think it's probably accurately hyped right now. I think it's very valuable, and I think it's continuing to grow, so it's probably accurately hyped right now. We got out after dropped 25% all-time high, sold NFTs. Now you're trying to learn to trade this market. Any advice? Yeah, again, you guys keep asking the questions that lead me to the end of the road, which is, hey, I got a $5 5-day trial. I don't know what you want me to tell you, but these questions require long, vigorous answers that require you to kill your ego and become a better person. So the short answer is learn technical analysis. The long answer is much deeper than that. All right. I think we're out of questions here, guys. I'm going to check out. I got other things to do. I love you. Thanks for watching the video. Like the video. Share it with somebody. Go watch the last one. Just two really quick things. We have a $5 5-day trial. We will end it when there's 300 members. I think there's about 160 something right now. So take advantage of that while it lasts. Also, we have a phone number where I'm going to text out this PDF. If you don't want to get involved with FS, it's okay. I'll give you the free PDF. It's 954. Sorry, I need to remember these things. 954-758-5473. Text me now, and I'm going to send out the free PDF. And then the last point I want to make is, guys, please go to that other YouTube video so you can see my life and how I made it to where I'm at. And there's the link. And then one more thing. Eddie tells me he wants me to shill. Anora YouTube is a new YouTube with the coaches that I have trained. Their credibility in some cases exceeds mine when it comes to their research process. And they're diving into all the coins I have no time to research with my research principles. So go over to Anora.io and take advantage of that. Let's get as many people over to Anora.io right now. Because again, I'm going to be on that channel as well. I'll be doing live streams on that channel as well. And some of their coins are doing very good. Like I think Marty's talking about PulseX, and his research is way deeper than mine. And from his research, I actually sacrificed $5,000 to PulseX. Also, I tried to look at Solidly with Andre Cronier's project, and Armando just completely ran laps around me with his research, and he's about to drop that video. So I'm following Armando. So those guys, I follow those guys, and they are dropping more videos than I am. So go to Anora.io and check out what they have over there. Thanks for watching this live stream. I love everybody here. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism, subscribe for more video updates, and like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Catch you in the next one.